Hello everybody, thank you for joining me on my latest YouTube video. Today we're going to start looking at some of the records that we got on our recent trip to Nottingham, which was Thursday. So it's going to be a few videos. I'm not going to do like one great big one. I'm going to do a few little videos so that we can just concentrate on some of the records in a bit more detail. So today we're looking at a original 1963 New Zealand pressing of the Please Please Me LP. Now, some of you out there might be thinking, well, you've got plenty of them, Dave. Why did you get this one? Basically, because I'd never seen it before and I got it for a good price. This is one of the records that we got from Big Apple Records in West End Arcade in Nottingham. So if you're ever in Nottingham, please go and check these record stores out because they do have some really, really nice bargains. So like I say, today's feature is this. Please Please Me. And it is an original 1963 pressing from New Zealand. Now, before I go into this, I'll just give you a little bit of background information. I bought this basically because of the label. The label is very similar to the original UK black and gold label and the South African black and gold label, which we have looked at. So South African black and silver label. The cover's not in brilliant condition. The record's not in brilliant condition. I did clean it yesterday and then I played it on my old Gerhard deck, which is that one there. It's played lovely throughout, no skips, no jumps, little bit of background noise in the quieter parts, in between the tracks, which, if you're saying it's, 50 odd years old, again, 59 years old, isn't it now? I think that is quite acceptable. I did have a quick look on eBay yesterday, and I can't believe how much these are going for. They're actually quite rare, according to eBay, and according to the sellers that was on eBay which was selling this, because New Zealand is technically quite a small country, and so these were only ever released in like small quantities, and especially with this label design. So we'll have a little bit more look at it, and then I'll tell you what they wanted on eBay, and then I'll tell you what I paid for it. So the cover is virtually the same as the UK edition. A little bit missing just there, which I don't know. I don't know if that's been cut at some point or if that's the way it was in the shop or whatever. The spine is absolutely rubbish. You can't read anything on the spine, to be honest. But the lamination on the front is really, really nice. It's all nice and clear. The back is slightly different. You do get like a flip back sleeve, but the Beatles is in blue, and then like it says side 1, side 2 is in blue, where on the UK version it's all in black, isn't it? And when it says George Harrison, lead guitar, John, and the rhythm guitar, all that, the boxes that start that off is all in blue. So when I actually looked at this in the record shop, I actually thought somebody had coloured that in, but they haven't. So it is a very similar catalogue number to the UK one. It's similar, but it is different. So it's PMCM. That's PMCM 1202. And it says trademark for the parlophone sign, but then it says His Master's Voice New Zealand Limited. And then there's something here which says something Macbeth Record Shop, Queen's Arcade. It's just there. So, it is very, very similar to the UK copy. Track list and everything's the same. So side 1, you've got I Saw Her Standing There, Misery, and I Go to Him, Chains, Boys, Ask Me Why, and Please Please Me. Side 2 is Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You, Baby It's You, Do You Want to Know a Secret, A Taste of Honey, There's a Place, and Twist and Shout. So like I say, and that's slightly different, isn't it? Because on the British one, the mono's there, isn't it? You don't get the credit for Angus McBean here, but you do get a credit on the back cover just there. It's a bit strange, isn't it? So we'll have a look at the record. That's what we're there for, isn't it? As record collectors. And like I say, it's not in brilliant condition, but it is a lot better than it looks. And it plays absolutely fantastic. So that is side 2. See what I mean about it? Looks very, very similar to the original gold and black versions that was in the UK, and the silver and black version that we got from South Africa, wasn't it? Unfortunately, on this side, I don't know if it had a demo sticker on it, or a factory sample sticker, or somebody put the name on it with a bit of sellotape and then they ripped it off, but it's absolutely destroyed the label, basically. You know, if it was just something that said somebody's name, they might as well have really just kept it. But in all honesty, it is a nice heavyweight record. Yes, there's some hairline marks on it, but there's nothing deep. To be honest, once I cleaned it, this did actually look a lot better than what it did when it was in the shop. Yeah, it even says made in New Zealand there. You can see it. So the Northern songs, you know, the tracks that were credited Northern songs or Dick James music are actually credited to Castle Music on this for some reason, which must have been the publishing arm of Dick James in New Zealand. So really, really nice. It is actually quite shiny, if you say how old it is. But to be honest, it does look better on there than what it does when you're close up to it. Like I say, there is some slight marks on the vinyl itself, but it plays absolutely perfect. To be honest, when I played it yesterday after I cleaned it, I was actually surprised how nice it does sound. You know, the sound quality is very nice, and the bass is quite loud on this for some reason. Nice bassy sound, which I think, you know, on the early albums, especially the early mono UK albums, you didn't really hear the bass that much, did you? So whether I don't know if it's a slightly different mix or not. Bear with 1 second. Let me get my granddad glasses on and see what it says on the dead wax. It says XEX 422. That is for side 2, and then it says 1. So obviously that's first person then, isn't it? And then on side 1 it says XEX 421, and then a 1. I don't know if you can see them, but that's there. So yeah, the sound, like I said, the sound quality, everything's built on it. Yes, I know it's not in absolutely fantastic condition, but when you're talking about the Beatles and the original Please Please Me LPs, not the yellow and black versions that came out later on in 1963. These are the ones that came out at the beginning 1963, and I think that label design. Yes, I know this is the silver version, and the UK one is gold. It is actually the same design. In the UK, there was only on. I think it was only used for about a month or something like that. I think in New Zealand they used these a little bit longer, but there was actually less pressed from what I can make out from research I've done. Because, like I said, these were only ever pressed in small quantities, from what it said on Discogs and eBay. I think the South African one, which is very similar to this, which I've also shown in the video, I think they carried on using this sort of label design to about 1964, beginning 1965, I remember rightly. So yeah, like I say, picked it up because it's something a little bit different. And if you watch my videos, you know, oh, this along here is all Beatles. Everything on here is basically Beatles up to that, up to there. Then that starts getting into like the Rolling Stones and things like that. So as a Beatles fan and a record collector, obviously I've got the majority of the UK stuff. I've got a lot of the American stuff. I've got some German stuff, and I've got a lot of South African things now. So I picked that up basically because it was different in New Zealand. Didn't expect it to play. The cover is a little bit more shabby than what I thought it was, to be honest, but it is acceptable. You know, it is acceptable. I mean, at the end of the day, I haven't bought this to resell. All the records I bought in Nottingham, if I was going to resell them, I wouldn't make a penny on them, I don't think. But when they're for your own collection, it's different, isn't it? Now, the research I did, I found 3 of these on eBay and 1 on Discogs. And the prices ranged from anywhere from £100 up to £175. I think there's one that was even £225, if I remember rightly. This has got a name in Biro, Georgie Sims or something there. I don't know if you can see that, but it is very, very faint, to be honest. But see what I mean about that? I thought somebody had coloured all that in, but that is the way that it was printed in New Zealand. Yeah, so it's £100 plus album, and that is in this condition, to be honest. The ones I saw, I wouldn't say there was any worse than this, but I wouldn't say there was any better. In fact, one of them, the sleeve, I mean, you think that's quite bad there, but at least it is virtually intact, isn't it? Yes, it is a bit dog-eared and things like that, don't get me wrong. But one of them, I think there's half of it was missing here, and I think that was the one that they wanted £275 for. And looking at the vinyl wasn't in as good as condition as this. The labels were better condition, yeah. I will say it. So I would say that's roughly worth £100. And the big question is, what did I pay for it? Well, when I go to the record shops in Nottingham, most of the dealers and owners actually know me now, and they know that if I go in the shop, I'm going to spend money. I never go in and would just buy one record. I will always buy a good quantity of records. So I paid, I think it was £20 for that, which isn't bad, is it? £20 for a record that I could sell for £100 plus if I wanted to, but like I say, I haven't bought it to resell. There is a lot of other records that we are going to be looking at. Some of them will be videos like this where we're just going to look at a certain album, and then other ones there'll be like 3 or 4. But it will be everything first from Big Apple Records, and then the later ones will be what we got from Rob's Record Mart. So please me, oh yeah, like I please you. Stay tuned, because there will be quite a few videos coming up today and tomorrow, and over the next few days, to be honest. Like I say, the majority of the stuff we bought was Beatles records. There's a few like this which are quite rare. I mean, this is actually rarer than what I thought it was, to be honest. So for what I paid for it, I think I got a bargain. And like I say, it does play really, really nice on my vintage record deck, that one there. We've got other things by Sex Pistols. That's one we got in Nottingham. The Who and things like that, So please stay tuned, because I'm sure there will be something for everybody. And that's going to be it for this little video. Beatle Dave, as the word says, 99% of the time this channel is about the Beatles, but from time to time we do things on other artists, and it is also basically a record collecting channel as well. I've just noticed I've got one up here from Beatley Tones Beatles channel. It says, "You've been busy then, Dave." Yes, I have, mate. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, because some of these Beatles records, I'm sure that you are going to be quite interesting as well. Some of them are very standard ones, but there's a couple of like HTM pressings and things like that. So I'm going to leave this video here. As always, love your records, cherish your records. From time to time, clean your records, which I spent about 5 hours yesterday doing, because basically, all these here, all these in here, that is everything we got from Nottingham the other day. So I say there's about 50 odd albums, I think. Might be a few less or a few more, but I'd say, you know, roughly 50 albums. So there's a lot to go through. So like I say, some of them will be just looking at one LP, and others, cheers, buddy. Yeah. Like Beatly Tones Beatles channel is like just show me things. By the way, that Beatly Tone, if you're still on there, this one here is actually a French copy, and it's got everything in with it. And I played that yesterday, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. So that's probably going to be the next one that we will be looking at. So please stay tuned. Once again, thank you to everybody that is watching my videos and who has subscribed. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, it is free. If you like my video, you know, after you've watched it, if you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. If you like it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And then if you hit the notifications bell, which is down there somewhere, I don't really know, then you will get, you know, a notification when I'm doing my next videos. So I hope you've all enjoyed this. Stay tuned, because you know, there's going to be a couple of videos today. And if you're out and about, you know, if you're, you know, record collecting, just remember there's always bargains to be found. I mean, £20 for an album that's worth over £100. Not that I'm selling it. I will make that clear. I'm not selling it. You know, all the Beatles stuff, you know, I just buy to add to my collection. So until the next time, it's Beatle Dave saying cheerio everybody, and stay tuned, because there will be another video later today at some point. So until then, love and peace. Thank you everybody for watching my video.